So when we talk about Sonic 06, we can all pretty much agree that it was a complete mess. It had broken physics, long loading screens, weird story choices. I mean, yeah, it had issues. But here's the wild thing. You'd think a game this broken wouldn't have fans, but here we are years later, and people still love it. So in this video, I'm gonna be diving into the parts of Sonic 06 that fans still defend, from the characters, to the story, to the soundtrack, and all that other stuff. Now, to start off, the game had 4 campaigns: Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and the last episode. Sonic's story was a bit weird, if I had to say. To say how Sonic's story was in a nutshell was basically him becoming Mario and saving the princess Elise from Eggman. And this happened literally constantly throughout his whole story. I think it happened 3 or 4 times. So not many people liked this human hedgehog relationship they had. It was weird as hell, and didn't really suit Sonic as a character. Shadow's story, on the other hand, is what fans see as one of the best moments in Sonic history. Shadow's episode in this game is arguably one of the most powerful moments in the entire Sonic franchise. While the rest of the game contained bugs and odd storytelling choices, Shadow's campaign stood out for its depth, maturity, and the question it raised about his identity and free will. Throughout the game, we see Shadow face a crisis not just in the world around him, but within himself as well. There's this villain called Mephiles, and he basically tries to manipulate Shadow and showing him a future in where the humans that Shadow protects right now will ultimately betray him. And so Mephiles tries to tell Shadow to join him with vengeance, saying that the world will never accept him, and that Shadow was destined to be feared and hunted.
Perhaps it's better to show you. Yes, that's you. After the world was devastated by Iblis's flames, what do you think happened? A search for the guilty. Who did this, you may ask? Humanity wasn't just jealous of your power. They feared it. They used this incident as an excuse to hunt you down. Come with me, Shadow. Let us punish this foolish world of humanity. It's only fair to give back what was intended for you. You have every right to want justice.
That's absurd. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it alone.
You forgive humanity this folly, then?
I determine my own destiny.
This is the moment where Shadow displays his identity, self-determination, and the refusal to surrender. There's also another scene later at the end of the Shadow story when Mephiles claims that the world will turn against him. And this is the scene that Sonic fans still remember to this day. That is
Nice.
You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
This scene is just perfection, if you ask me. And that is all the more reason why people love Shadow as a character. Some fans calling it one of the best characters to play as, and that his final line that he said in the game It's the best line in the whole Sonic franchise. Well, maybe not the best line in the whole Sonic franchise, but like, it's still up there, you know? And so, yeah, so Shadow's story for Sonic 06 is one of the reasons why the game still has a fan base, till this day. Now, this was also the game where one of the new characters made their first debut, Silver the Hedgehog. And while the game wasn't impressing, Silver ended up becoming a fan favorite anyway. First off, the dude just looked cool. He had like a futuristic white and cyan colored hair scheme thing. He had a telekinesis as his power. You can float around, use psychic powers. It was just cool. Like, look how they captured him in this cutscene. Silver's campaign is about him being from the future. A broken post-apocalyptic future where everything's in flames due to this villain entity creature thing called the Flames of Disaster. And so he comes back in time trying to save his timeline. And that's basically Silver's story in a nutshell. And so instead of running fast like Sonic, he can throw cars and boxes with his mind because of his telekinesis power, which is pretty cool, but the gameplay was, you know. Also, we can't forget about the iconic Silver voice line.
It's no use! It's no use!
That line became a meme so fast, and it's iconic to Silver as well. We also can't forget about that one scene where Shadow just straight up roundhouse kicked Silver in the head. Still funny to this day. Silver then began appearing in games after. Or so now fans want him to return in a mainline game where he's an actual playable character, because it's, where is he? It's been like forever. Like the last time I think he was an actual playable character in a mainline game was, in my memory, I think Sonic 06, yeah. But we can't really count the mobile games. Like, speaking of playable characters, this game was one of the last games to include multiple playable characters. Although Sonic Frontiers had 3 additional characters you can play as, but other than that, there hasn't been a single mainline Sonic game in a long time where you could play as other characters. I hope Sonic Team makes the next mainline game have at least a few more playable characters, other than like 2 or 3. 3 is also fine, to be honest. It doesn't even have to be that many. Alright, now we gotta talk about the juicy stuff. We gotta talk about the soundtrack. Sonic 06's music was on a completely different level, and I say a completely different level from the mainline Sonic games OST we have today. Well, to be honest, Sonic Frontiers' OST wasn't that bad, even Sonic Forces, but compared to 06's soundtrack, completely on a different level. Like, say what you want about the bugs and loading screens, but the OST is absolute bangers. Fans still listen to the game's OST till this day. It's one of my favorite, most played songs from the Sonic series. You've got His World, which is the main theme of the game. Well, it's basically Sonic's main theme, but they made it the main theme. And guess what? They made like 3 different versions of His World. There's one from Zebrahead, there's one from Crush 40, and the main version, and then also there's the E3 version. Like, it's crazy, and they're all amazing. The E3 version is one of my favorites. It really made the game feel way more epic than it actually was. Then there's Dreams of an Absolution, All Hail Shadow, and then I can keep listing more. Like, there's even the stages. So many stages, and all of them are absolute bangers. Wave Ocean, Crisis City, Kingdom Valley, all bangers. Even the cutscenes and the boss music is worth listening. Take a listen to this track called Event Sonic Appears. So yeah, even if the game fell apart in a lot of ways, the music the OST is one of the things that it absolutely nailed at. And I wish they can bring this type of composition back in like nowadays to the mainline Sonic games. Like Sonic Frontiers OST was, don't get me wrong, it was amazing. But I wouldn't say it was at a level as Sonic 06's. The instruments they used in Sonic 06 was amazing. Now, the stages in this game were iconic as well. Fans hoped more stages from the game besides Crisis City would appear in Sonic Generations, like through DLC, but it never really happened. Though the recent release of Shadow Generations had Kingdom Valley and the Mephiles boss fight. So, I mean, I guess we got something. Now, when we talk about fan games and remakes, Sonic 06 has inspired fan remakes and mods like, for example, Project 06 by Chaos X, which basically fixes the bugs and improves the gameplay drastically. It's actually really fun to play. It makes you reevaluate how Sonic 06, the original, how it could have been if they just increased the production time of the game for like maybe 1 year. They didn't have to release it right on Sonic's 15th anniversary. So yeah, even fans are determined to make Sonic 06 a better game. So yeah, that's Sonic 06 for you. Sonic 06 was a mess, but for a lot of fans, it wasn't just about the glitches or the memes. It was about the music, the characters, the ambition, stages, and the nostalgia it brought to people. That's kinda why it still has a fan base to this day. Anyway, that's all I gotta say for now. Let me know what you guys think. Did you grow up with Sonic 06? Do you love it, hate it? I don't know. Drop your thoughts in the comments.